Hey, welcome to today's video and our new house. Obviously, from the title, Alex and I purchased a home, our first home. So I thought it would be fun to give you guys an empty house tour, since this will be the only time until and if we ever move that it will be empty like this. We just got the keys yesterday, so we just got possession of the house, so I wanted to do this as fast as possible because we are moving in officially tomorrow. If this is your first time here, I'm Amber. I make Kinda Crunchy motherhood and lifestyle videos. If you like that sort of content and you want to follow along with our journey with this house and to see any future renovations and updates that we do, make sure to hit that little subscribe button down there. I'd love to have you here. This house is about 60 years old, and this actually is the third house that we put an offer on. When we saw this house, I was sold much faster than Alex was. It's not like our dream home, but it's a really good starter home. The reason I knew pretty quickly that this was it is because it's got good bones and it's just got a nice, clean, neutral slate for us to kind of do with it what we want to, or to do nothing with it. Like, this was one of the only homes we saw where I felt like if we were to do absolutely nothing, we would still be comfortable in this house. Of course, we want to make it our own and we want to do some DIYs and some renovations, but it's not necessary. A lot of the other homes we looked at in the same price range just were so far from our style that we knew we were not going to feel comfortable until we started doing renovations. And a lot of those homes truly needed to be gutted. So this home was a little bit more than we wanted to spend. It was still in our price range, but it was definitely on the higher end. But because of all those things, I was sold very quickly, and it didn't take Alex long to come around. So let's just do it. So right when you walk in, you come into this very small entryway, and it's really small because the front door opens in. They put hooks right here and over here as well, which I don't know. I kind of like these ones. I'm not so sure about. Like, I don't feel like we need two of them, but it's nice to have. And then there's this little coat closet, and they've got some shelves in here. There's like more hooks in here. And then there's this bench kind of thing right there on the ground. I actually don't know what the point of that is. So we might just take that out because I don't feel like that's necessarily going to be helpful, but nice to have a coat closet for those big coats that we don't want to take up space in our closet. From the entryway, you immediately come into the living room, and it's a relatively small living room, which isn't necessarily ideal for us. The reason we decided it was okay, you will see in just a little bit, but the thing we love about this is that it's a really well lit living room. Like, can we just have a moment for this whole window, which I can't fully show you because it goes right out into our street, but I am obsessed with this window. It's beautiful. We think that these are maybe the original hardwood floors, which it would have been great if they would have just left these throughout the whole upstairs, because we could have just restored them, but there is some mismatched flooring, so I think we're going to want to redo the floors relatively soon. But from the living room, you come right into the dining room, and I like that it's got a little bit of an open floor plan, like not fully, but I like that these rooms are right next to each other. And this room also has a pretty big window. The only thing in here is that they have this like awning outside, so I kind of want to get rid of that because I feel like if that's gone, it will let so much more light into the dining room and kitchen area. But good sized dining room. It's not huge. You can see right here, this is where the flooring changes a little bit. And so I actually don't hate this, but it's a little more gray than what I would like. So this is the reason why we would rather just like rip all of this out and just have the same flooring throughout the upstairs. But decent sized dining room, it definitely will get the job done. And from the dining room, you come into the kitchen. This was the hardest part for me to get over because this kitchen is one of, if not the smallest kitchens that we looked at. And this actually is not even a part of the kitchen. They just left this here, which I guess I appreciate for now. There's also no pantry, so that's why they have this here. So we're gonna have to figure something out for that. But I cook all the time and I spend so much time in the kitchen. So this is not ideal, but the rest of the house just seemed so perfect that we decided, or I decided, I should say, that I could make it work, and that is what I'm gonna try to do. But this is a space that at some point I would really love to renovate, especially because since it is so small, it won't be as expensive to renovate. Moving on, if you come out of the kitchen and back into the living room, there is a hallway. And right in the hallway is a linen closet. I actually thought about using this as a pantry. I kind of still feel like that might be a good idea, even though it's not right in the kitchen. It's still like close enough that I think it could work. It's a pretty deep linen closet. So that's something I'm gonna have to think about because we definitely do not have enough bathroom stuff, I don't think, to go in here. That's something I'm gonna have to think about. As you keep walking down, you come into the bathroom on the right side. This is the main bathroom. It's not huge, but it is bigger than a lot of bathrooms in other homes that we looked at. A lot of those bathrooms either had like just a sink or they had a counter that was so small that you couldn't fit like a blow dryer and like a curling iron or anything like that. So I like that this has actually like space for like our toothbrushes and things like that. And I would absolutely love to renovate this space, but like what I had said initially with this whole house, it's not like hideous. I don't hate what they have in here. Like, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I'd love to replace the tub because it's definitely kind of older, but it's not horrible. And I actually really like that it has a window because a lot of homes don't have that. So I like that you get that natural light in here. When you come out of the bathroom, you step just a few feet down the hall and there's a bedroom on either side. The left is gonna be ours and the right is gonna be Kai's. This was something that we really did not want. Like, we really were hoping for a home where the master bedroom is a little bit more separated from the other bedrooms, but this seemed like a very good compromise because this home actually has 4 bedrooms, so 2 are up here and 2 are downstairs. A lot of the 3-bedroom homes we looked at had them organized where you would like come down the hall and like this would be a bedroom, this would be a bedroom, and this would be a bedroom. So we like that it's just 2 up here and there's like a little bit of space. So we'll go into Kai's first. This is going to be Kai's room. I would say that this is about the same size room that he has now. It's configured a little bit different with the closet, the door, and the window, but I 100% think everything that he has in his room right now will fit just fine in here. He's got a pretty good sized window in here, which I love for him. It's a pretty well lit room and I didn't want him to have like a little tiny window. He's also got a pretty decent sized closet over here. It's a sliding closet, but it's pretty deep. So I think that this will be perfect for maybe some of his things, but he has a dresser where most of his clothes are in. So I still feel like we could use this for like toys or storage or something like that. Coming out of his room, we're gonna go right across the hall and into what will be our room. One of the things I really liked about the master bedroom in this house is that it's a good sized room and it has his and her closet. So there is one closet right here. They're not huge and I'm definitely wanting to get like, I think a closet system in here with drawers so that they'll be more efficient. They have these two. Alex hates these. The only reason I'm kind of okay with them is because I feel like we can put plants here and I think that would be really pretty. It also has 2 windows, so it's again a very well lit room. And then the other closet is over here. And And that's just great. I love that Alex and I can both have our own closet. And then it has this whole little nook. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with this, but I think the previous owners or tenants had like a TV here, and we don't have a TV in our bedroom, but I like that we have options, because you'd actually be surprised at how many master bedrooms are quite small and you wouldn't have this extra space to put like a vanity or a armoire or something like that, or like a mirror. So I really love that we have a lot of options here. Okay, let's go downstairs. From the dining room, there's an entryway to go down into the basement. So let's go. The basement has this second living room, and it's pretty big. So this is the main reason that we were okay with the size of the living room upstairs, because this is huge, and there's actually carpet almost entirely down here, which I really love. I love that it's hard floor upstairs and carpet down here, because I think that the fact that there's carpet in the basement makes it feel a little bit less like a basement. Like, it feels a little bit more cozy and warm and not so like damp and kind of like dingy and dank, you know what I mean? What I'm envisioning down here is kind of like a second living room slash playroom for Kai, because it is so big and open down here that I feel like this is a perfect space when it's cold and snowing outside for him to just like come down and run around. The first door you see when you come down here goes into the only room of this whole basement that's actually not finished, and that is the laundry room slash mechanical room. That's definitely not the right light. Here we go. So nothing is in here really right now other than the furnace and the water heater and all that. Oh, this house does come with an in-home humidifier, so that was actually really nice. And this is a really big room. I am so excited to have an entire room just dedicated to laundry. And it does kind of have that like basement smell in here, so that's why I'm glad that it's not like this out here. This was actually another huge reason that we really liked this house, because a lot of other homes we've looked at had basements, but they were not finished. So the fact that this basement is entirely finished, aside from this one room, was just great. And I like that this is not finished, because if we ever have the opportunity to, I would love to finish this ourselves and just like make it our own, because I already kind of have a vision for what I feel like would look good in here. When our washer and dryer come though, they will go right here. They left like this shelf right here, so there's that, and then on the other side there's this whole space, this shelf for storage, I guess. I'm not even sure what. And then there's a closet here that goes under the stairs, and they left some things here, so there's a ton of extra storage right there. On the other side of the basement are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So if we come, actually, and another closet. I think this one is kind of hard to open up. Yes, it is. So we need to like shave some stuff. So this is a really, really deep closet. Like, this house actually has a good amount of storage. This is actually kind of the reason that I feel like we could use the upstairs linen closet as a pantry, because this one is down here and that has got plenty of room for everything we need. And I know Alex doesn't want to use the upstairs one as a pantry, but we're just gonna have to see. But if you come a little bit further, there is a bedroom. I love how well lit the bedrooms here in the basement are. We don't have any lights on right now. Like, this is all just natural lighting, and this is really good for a basement bedroom. We would love to redo the walls down here. They're a little bit more of like a dark bluish gray, and you can kind of see like the texture on the walls, so we don't love that. It's a good sized room. It's got this paneling down here, which I also don't love, but I don't hate it either. I think it makes it feel a little bit more inviting, so I think we're probably just gonna leave this as is for a while. And then another pretty big closet, and they didn't have a door for this one, so I don't know what we're gonna do here, but I'm definitely not immediately worried about it. I like that it has something, so that's nice. Coming out of this room, you go to the left or your right and go straight back, and there is a second bathroom, which is great because a lot of homes in this area that are pre-owned only have one bathroom, and I love that there is one upstairs and one downstairs. So if we have guests, they can have their own room, their own living area, and their own bathroom. And this one is definitely even smaller than the one upstairs. Like, this is probably closer to the size of a lot of the bathrooms that we've seen, like that were the only bathroom in other homes. Like, you can see there's not a ton of counter space here or anything like that, but it's a nice, well-kept bathroom. I like that it also has a window, so you get not as much, but a little bit of natural light. And there's also this weird like cutout. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. I feel like you could almost use this for storage, but there's not like a door here, so I don't know, but that's there. And then we have the fourth room, and there's not as much going on in here. I think that the previous owners used this as an office, which is probably what we're gonna do as well. So there's not like the crown molding or the paneling on the side, but there is one little like walk-in closet here. Oh, look at that, a hole. And yeah, it's also a well-lit room. So I think that this will be a perfect office space for Alex and I. Let's go back upstairs. Something I forgot to mention about the dining room is, while I do love this window, I wish that there was like a door right here to go into the backyard, because you're gonna see the only way to get into the backyard is from the garage, which isn't a huge deal, but not only would having a door let in more light, it would just be more convenient. So don't know if we'll ever get to that, but that would be something that I think I would love to add to the house if we could, and I think it would just look so nice. But also in the dining room is the door to the garage. It's a single car garage, so better than nothing. Not ideal, but we will take it. And yeah, there's really not much more to look at in here. It probably needs a little bit of work done. If there is something I appreciate about this though, it's that maybe there's a chance for tracking like less dirt into the house, since you can't go directly from the backyard into the house. You have to come in here first. We're semi near a main road, so you might hear some cars and whatnot, but we're in the backyard right now, and this is a good sized backyard, which that was like a non-negotiable for us. Whoever had it in the last like 60 years has partially landscaped it, which I really like, because I like that there is this space right here for, you know, like a grill or a table or something like that. But there's also enough open space that hasn't been touched that we can either leave or do something with if we want. Like I said earlier, I really would like to get rid of this. I like that it gives you some shade and whatnot, but I don't see us being out here when it's like raining or snowing and you would need this like protection from the elements. And I feel like you can still get shade by having an umbrella or something like that, or maybe you could just like make this a little bit smaller or something. I'm really excited to see how this looks in the spring and summer. The previous owners left this bird feeder, this planter box right here, and then there's a ton of space on the side of the house as well. And you can see there's still snow, so this was completely covered the last couple times I was here. It's a good sized backyard. It's way bigger than what we could have hoped for. There's plenty of room for a garden, a swing set, a grill, maybe like a trampoline or something like that, and chickens, because that's something that I really want to do. So we're really happy with this. That is our home. We are so excited to move in and to hopefully start to make this space more our own over time. It is a huge step, and I've never done home DIYs ever, but I'm excited to dive in and halfway nervous also, because it just feels so much more high stakes knowing that we actually own this home and it's not just like a place that we're renting and temporarily living in. But I think that it is going to be a good time, and I think that we're gonna make so many good memories in this home. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Bye. What?
You said left.
This is the left.
That's the right.
This is the left.
Babe, immediately coming out of the door, that's the right. That's the left.
That's your, okay, whatever. All right. So left?
Yes.
Wait, you
right.
said right. Okay. The door to the garage. Jesus Christ. Okay.